Didactical lesson assignment, literature and culture in classroom. Now I'm going to present you my idea of an English didactical lesson. I have chosen to plan this lesson of 90 minutes for an imaginary 9th grade class with 24 pupils. It's February and the St. Valentine's Day is coming soon, so I have chosen the theme of this lesson to be St. Valentine's Day, Friendship and Love. When starting to plan a lesson, I have to keep in mind the 3 important pedagogical questions which Colley and Slater mention in the book Teaching Literature, Why, What and How. So the questions are: why am I going to choose a certain topic to work with? What do I want my pupils to learn about this topic? And how are they going to work with this topic? First, I need to choose 2 or 3 competence aims from the Knowledge Promotion Curriculum of 2006. This is a tool for us teachers to plan lessons with good quality. Because my class is in the 9th grade, I have to choose the right level of competence aims, which is, in this case, aims after having finished the 10th grade. Further, the aims are divided in 4 main parts, which are language learning, oral communication, written communication, and culture, society, and literature. I pick up the following 3 aims from the written communication. I want the pupils to choose and use different reading and writing strategies that are suitable for the purpose. I hope that they are going to understand and use a general vocabulary related to different topics, and the goal is to understand the main content and details of texts one has chosen. Further, I will collect 1 aim from the culture, society and literature part, which is to elaborate on the way people live and how they socialize in Great Britain, USA and other English-speaking countries and Norway. Secondly, I will now explain what I wish or hope my pupils are going to learn or repeat in the lesson of today. As Richard Day and Julian Bamford write in their top 10 principles for teaching extensive reading, it's important to try to find topics and texts that pupils find interesting. I believe the topic Friendship, Love and St. Valentine's Traditions in USA could be of interest for my class. The first aim of the lesson is that the pupils make a choice, taking in consideration their level and interest, between 2 novels they are going to start to read after this lesson. It's important to break down the competence aims to more understandable learning goals, and the specific learning goals for this lesson are to choose, read and understand the first chapter of a novel, to repeat and use the reading strategies skimming and scanning, and to know about 3 to 5 facts about St. Valentine's traditions in USA. The third part of planning a lesson is about teaching methods. How to choose the best method that can make the learning process enjoyable, interesting, educating and interactive. I try to keep in mind that the basic skills, writing, reading, talking, using numeracy and digital skills, they should be present in every lesson. This is written in the general part of the English subject in the Knowledge Promotion Curriculum. First, my class is going to work with some pre-writing activities. Pre-writing activities are important to activate pupils' former knowledge about the topic and raise interest for the topic. That's why I choose working with brainstorming or mind mapping in pairs or small groups of 3. I ask my class what kind of words do we remember about the topic? St. Valentine's Day, friendship and love. I also prefer this kind of activity because the socio-cultural approach to learning, constructed by Russian psychologist Lev Vygotsky, argues that the pupils use language as an artifact, like a tool, in interaction with other pupils or a teacher to gain new knowledge. The words the pupils are going to list down can later be used as scaffolding, like a helping ladder, for the pupils to write a text as an after-reading activity, for example. We are also going to watch and listen a short YouTube which tells us about and describes some St. Valentine's Day traditions in USA. I find this short YouTube both fun and sweet because we can watch how Charlie Brown and Snoopy in the Peanuts and the Simpsons family celebrate St. Valentine's. This can be good cultural input and used later in an oral task of this topic. Now we go further to the next part of the lesson, that is the main task about reading a text. While reading activities, I have chosen to show the PowerPoint of the covers, the covers and the introduction texts on the backside of the books, Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda and The Unlikely Hero of Room 13b. I asked the pupils to talk in small groups about which cover they prefer and translate together the instructions and then to choose which book each one wants to start to read. After this, I asked the pupils to skim the text first to have a clue what the text is about. I emphasized the importance of reading the text without a dictionary and trying to use their pre-knowledges. Guessing as well, guessing the meaning of unknown word is a reading strategy they can use. The main focus should be now on understanding the content of the text. It's important that the texts are easy enough to read. That means they don't contain more than 2% of unknown words. After skimming the text, I asked my class to scan the text for words of this topic and use their brainstorming lists or mind maps. It's also important to write down about 3 or 6 new unknown words to learn something new. Then we go further with some after-reading activities. I have made a Quizlet about some words regarding to the topic. The pupils practice about 5 to 10 minutes and we play 2 rounds of Quizlet live. I have found out that this is a fun exercise, fun way of learning. In addition, people are going to get a writing task as a homework. As the authors of Teaching English as a Second Language, Foreign Language say about meaning-focused output, reading should be related to other language skills. Therefore, this homework part. I want the pupils to choose a writing task of one of the following alternatives. A. Write a short description of an ideal friend or a girlfriend or a boyfriend. B. Write a story about when you fell in love for the first time. When and where did it happen? How did it feel for you? What do you think about this moment now? What does love mean to you? This doesn't have to be a personal story. It can be an imaginary one. The alternative C, write a dialogue between 2 friends that talk about St. Valentine's traditions in Norway. One is against and the other one for this celebration. Okay, I hope that this English lesson first of all motivates my pupils to read and gives them joy, pleasure and interest of reading. one of the novels during the coming extensive reading period of 2 weeks, and gives them a short introduction in the traditions of the St. Valentine's Day in the USA. Thank you for listening for me. Bye then.